Yo, what up? It's AaroniMoses, and this video is called Kill the Addict in You. Now, you guys know I'm a big fan of Judge Mathis. Shout out to Judge Mathis. We the bang. And when Judge Mathis either suspects somebody of being an addict or the person is admittedly an addict and they're lying or they're trying to be manipulative or they're running game on him, as he likes to say, he makes it known to them, the audience and the world, that this person is still an addict. And I personally subscribe to that idea, because I feel like if you are, for example, a crackhead and you still do crackhead shit, it doesn't really matter to me if you stopped, if you've been sober for however many days or months or years. If you're still doing crackhead shit, you might as well partake. You might as well indulge. You know what I mean? See, me personally, I was really one who was really prideful when I was doing my shit. I might have asked people to get money or whatever, but I mean, as far as me doing addict type shit, I never really did that. I mean, okay, I passed out at people's houses, got drunk, didn't talk to anybody, got drunk in secret. But as far as I'm gonna use stealing, lying, and manipulating Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost as my base for what I'm talking about, as far as when I say things like crackhead shit or addict-like behavior. Okay, so stealing, lying, manipulating. All right. So if you are still doing crackhead shit, to me, you're still a crackhead. All right. It doesn't matter what you do with your life and your time. That's just what you are to me still. And like I said in my other videos about kicking addictions and changing your habits and creating new belief systems for yourself, you're in the club of addicts. You're addicted to something, and that could either be a curse. It's always a curse and a blessing. It's never both. I mean, it's not. I'm really tired. I'm not high. I'm not drunk. I've been sober 52 days today. Congratulations to me. 96. But if you quit your drug, you have to replace your drug with another drug. All right. You cannot expect for you, if you do crack, I'm just gonna say crack because it's the easiest. If you go to work and you come home and you usually do crack from, I don't know how long crack lasts. All right, none of my friends were crackheads before. So if you do crack and it lasts, we'll say 3 hours. If you do crack and it lasts 3 hours, so you usually do crack from 2 to 5, and then you come down at 5:01, and then you eat and you clean up and whatever the fuck. Again, I don't know the habits of crackheads, so if you come home and you're clean for 3 days because you've been working 3 days straight and I'm not smoking any more crack, fuck that. You need to find something to do from 2 to 5. You know, you cannot expect yourself to stay sober. Are you gonna paint? Are you gonna draw? Are you gonna write? Are you gonna go take a walk? Are you gonna, if you don't do that, if you don't do those things, it's gonna come back. And that's exactly what I'm giving you as far as your brain, your personal makeup. All right. So I'm gonna give you this example. I'm gonna give you this small story, and I already told you guys this. It was in my the video about relaxing. It's called Real Kings Know How to Relax. So you guys know that AaroniMoses is in therapy. I see a therapist. I'm not ashamed. I'm actually pretty proud. honestly, that I'm seeking therapy. Um, my therapist researched a study where doctors were keeping track of people who were coming clean off of methamphetamine. They were no longer making the choice to use methamphetamine. So one of the guys said that in the study that when he used the restroom, he still put a piece of wood, which held the door to the wall, on the door, on the inside of the door when he used the restroom, because he was still paranoid. And honestly, that is something that's a good example, but that's a really extreme example, because that is something, even though they took his brain scans, his body healed itself, but that was just a part of his personality, because meth makes you hella paranoid from what I hear. All right. So I mean, although that is a disorder and that is an illness, that piece of him, that piece of meth was still in his heart. That piece of meth was a part of his personal social makeup. He's still paranoid. And I'll tell you from experience, me smoking that much weed, I might not be the same, and I might have changed a lot of personality traits that I used to have, but I'm still hella paranoid. And that's not something that I put in work to change. But I'm going to give you some steps on how to change those things. Now, in that situation, if you're done doing whatever drug you're done doing, you really have two choices. You can do one, then you can do the other. You can do neither of them. Alright, I'm tired. I'm still going to push this video out. So, okay, get a little bit more energy. I'm going to sit up, crack my back. Alright, so Father, Son, Holy Ghost. The three things that I deem to be the base of crackhead shit: manipulating, lying, and stealing. Alright? If you do a lot of drugs, we'll say crack, just because if you do it and you usually lie to get money for crack, or you lie to the dope man to get your stuff, that's going to become a part of you. You're going to find yourself lying for no reason, telling all these fantastic stories and having your little secrets and thinking people you're hilarious and you live an awesome life, when really none of this shit ever happened. If you find yourself doing that, I mean, that is an illness. Lying, being a pathological liar, that's an illness. They used to lock people up for that. Stealing, you're a kleptomaniac. They lock people up for that. And manipulating, most of these things come from addicts being a manipulative person. So you can go to therapy, or you can help yourself. You can study psychology, which I mean, you could do that. Anything's possible. You could study how to change habits, beliefs, and behaviors. You can try cognitive behavioral therapy. You can study that. Or, my personal favorite one, I got this from Till Scott, also known as Till Swan. It's called exaltation, and it's an alchemy term, which it's basically when you turn lead into gold. Alright, so the example that she gave in that video is, if you're a bully and you don't want to, you wake up and you make the decision, I don't want to be a fucking bully anymore. You know what? I can't stand the fact that people are afraid of me and always moving out of my way, and every time I go up to people to say hi, they flinch because they think I'm gonna punch them. I'm just done being a fucking bully. Alright, take that. Now, if you've been a bully for so long that you just really don't know how to communicate with the world, you really just don't know how to socialize, you take that and you break down what it really means to be a bully. What do bullies do? Bullies walk up to people and they say, hey, give me your fucking money, or I'm gonna beat your ass. Alright? That's what bullies do. When you bully somebody, you put an idea in their head, you motivate them to do some shit that they didn't think they were gonna do for that day, and you make them feel things that could possibly change their life. In that situation, the exalted form of a bully, depending on who you are, could be a personal trainer. You can motivate people to change their lives by putting these ideas in their head. You can be a motivational speaker. You can be a teacher, you know? So you take the base for crackhead shit, Father, Son, Holy Ghost, lying, stealing, and manipulating. And I'm just gonna give you these couple of ideas, and I want you to just obviously think for yourself and find out what you need to do if you experience these symptoms. If you're a pathological liar, one good thing that you can do with you being a pathological liar is being an actor or an actress. Actor is actually a unisex word. But being an actor and an actress, you put yourself in the character, you get people to think things that are not true, and you go with it, and you feel pleasure from that. You benefit from it. Depending on the type of acting that you do, they benefit from it. They're entertained, and you are actually getting congratulated. You're feeling good about yourself, not with drugs, but you're still taking that line to get something that you want, that good feeling, and you're returning it to other people as well as feeding off of it yourself. Next, manipulation. If you manipulate a lot, then just like the bully, you can be a motivational speaker, you can be a personal trainer. There's a lot of ways to use manipulation. You can manipulate people into feeling good things about themselves. Lastly, if you steal and you're just that good at it, and you don't have anything on your record or anything like that, and you're in a certain age, you can be a security guard, you could be a police officer or something like that, or a bodyguard, because you recognize when people are going to commit criminal acts. You can point out what's going to go down next. You can chase the bad guys and protect society. I'm not encouraging anybody to be a police officer, of course, but that's something that you can consider, I guess. But you don't have to keep these things, these gifts. You don't have to keep them as burdens. You don't have to keep them and accept them as mental illnesses and personality disorders and personality flaws and just the residuals of doing drugs. You don't have to live in that darkness. Because, like I said, if you're gonna keep doing that shit, to me, you might as well go and keep doing the drug. Because it's a part of you. It's a part of you. I'm not saying that if you are a liar and a manipulator and you're a thief still, that you should just keep smoking your crack. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that people are gonna still see you as a J, as a junkie, because you're still on that. You know what I mean? You're not different. The only thing that's different is that you don't smell like crack, your eyes aren't all buck, and you're not scanning the room. And I've always held that if you're not if your drug if you're a pathological liar and you stop technically lying, but you start manipulating people, which is not technically lying, then you're still a fucking pathological liar to me. And you're still not somebody that is desirable and wanted in people's societies. This video is dark And it's the truth to me though. It's definitely the truth. If you if you want to accept if you want to accept what people give you, that's fine. But don't expect people to not treat you a certain way. This is the last thing I'm gonna say, then I'm gonna shut it down. If you watched my video on being violated, you know that I got this from Swamiji Manitya Nanda. I think that's how you say his name. He has the four, shit, I keep forgetting what it's called, but it's the four defining principles of self, I think it's called, where he says there's only four ways that you can look. There's your four selves, all right? The four ways of interpreting yourself. You have how you see yourself, how people perceive you, how you think other people perceive you, and how you really are. And if all of those things point to the Father, Son, and the Trinity of crackhead shit, if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's a duck. So either get therapy, exalt those personality traits, or still be an addict. Still be an addict. That's it. Socialize with me. At DNAYES is my Twitter and Instagram. If you like this video, like it, comment, let me know what you think. I'm the bang, you the bang, we the bang together. Alright? It's AaroniMoses. Peace.